Welcome back to CodesEmpire, my friends. So you can see we have a stock Axial SEX10 on the bench here, and we're going to do some basic maintenance to this truck, okay? Now, this video tutorial basically is all about doing maintenance on a budget, okay? I know there's a lot of amazing products out there, some really great products to use to maintain your SEX10s, Trail Finder 2s, all kinds of scale rigs basically, okay? This video is straight up for people who just don't have that extra bit of dough and they've got maybe some basic stuff at home already that they use on other projects and stuff that you can use on these awesome scale rigs. So anyways, so you kind of see from the picture I showed you, one of the basic products that works really well is this PB Blaster penetrating oil. It's kind of like a WD-40, okay? But it's a lot better. Really works great. Basically, this stuff, and the only reason why I'm doing this is if, let's say you've got your truck already waterproofed, okay? You got your axle shafts greased up, a little bit of grease on your gears, on your bearings. This basically is for exposed bearings, okay? Let me show you. Let's get in there. Exposed bearings, just like in there, okay? This will help keep these bearings lubed up as you're doing your trail runs, okay? These stock motors, okay? If I can give you any tips on these here, if you want to keep these running for a long period of time without any issues, without having to constantly replace them, I know they're cheap, but if you don't want to always replace them, okay, flush them out with some fresh water after your trail run. Let's say it was a dusty trail run. You get done, get home, run some fresh water on it, and then afterwards lube it up with some of this PB Blaster on this end here. Keep this bushing all lubed up and stuff. It'll keep it from rusting up on you, okay? Usually I haven't had too many issues down inside here. If I flush this out with water, this usually isn't an issue down here. I've tore these apart plenty of times just to double check to see how they hold up with this kind of basic maintenance over the course of, a year or so, okay? And I haven't seen any issues just doing this, okay? This will allow you to quick, hit it in a few places and you'll be good to go for several trail runs, okay? Unless you're playing in the mud, and then you might want to flush it out and give her a shot again, okay? This will also help with exposed bearings, like, let's get that to focus right there too, okay? Because you've got exposed bearings there. And I don't know if you've ever heard these stock drive shafts, but anyways, sometimes they have a tendency, right? And let's see if we can get up in there. Right in this little tiny area right here, they get a little squeaky, okay? This stuff is great for that. Helps eliminate that little bit of squeak, okay? So it'll keep all this, here's a good shot of that. It'll keep all this lubed up and keep it running nice and smooth over the course of, the year of running this. Maybe you don't run it very hard the whole time. But the fact of the matter is, you'll be able to keep it running smooth. Also, another product I'll use, okay, this silicone spray. It's a liquid wrench. Anyways, you can get this also at your local hardware store. You might have this around too. Just one of those products. I like to shoot that product on my axles and just underneath real quick, especially if I'm planning on going playing in the mud or whatnot. It's real great. Helps with the process of cleaning after the fact. Okay. It is a silicone spray. It's great. I really like it. And I know in the snow in the wintertime when I'm playing a lot, man, I will shoot that under the truck every time before I take the truck out to play in the snow. Man, take some compressed air afterwards, blow it off, and voila, comes right off. Don't even have to rinse it down or anything. Clean as can be. Done. Okay. So these are some just quick tips, things that will help you out. Okay. Great products to use, and they won't cost you, $20 for a can. Okay. You're talking less than $5. Okay. This is for budget maintenance. Okay, guys. It's not, something, if you don't have tons of extra cash, or you just happen to have these around, these will work. Okay. So I'll like to take and let's see if I can shoot this in here without getting it everywhere. Let's see if I can get that up on there so you can see. Oh, have a little. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. There. A little bit in there. Okay. Crank this around a little bit. Let that work itself in there. That'll help lube that up. Got it nice and cleaned up. Here. Just because I don't want to get this all over the place, I'm gonna trying to do this one-handed and show you guys. But anyways, you can see we're just gonna shoot a little bit up in there. Same thing. Okay, let that work in those bearings, and that stuff actually works really well, and it will just kind of work its way through all the way through them bearings. It's kind of a great product, and one of those things I've noticed about this stuff. Okay, and it works really well. And in the process of driving this, that stuff will be all good and lubed up, and it'll get that all worked up. One of the things I found when I do this kind of maintenance, I like to do it after a trail run. Okay, after I get it all cleaned up, get this done up, and then put it away till the next trail run. Okay, by the time I go to take this out, even if it's the next day, this stuff, it's not all icky and gross and sticky, and so it doesn't have a tendency to make it all, the dirt and grime all stick. And what does kind of stick on it washes off real quick and easy if you're going to rinse it off, but then you don't have to worry about reshooting this with some more stuff just to take it out again and go have some more fun. Okay, it kind of hangs on there and lasts for several trail runs. I mean, I don't do this every time I go out for a trail run, so, and you'll do the same up front. It seems like your front bearings are the most exposed. In the rear, I don't usually shoot any in there. You can, but if you've greased your axle shafts pretty decent and you've got some grease on that outer bearing on the inside, okay, it has a tendency to kind of keep that excess water from working its way through. But you can shoot some in the back there if you want, and you'll be golden. Like I said, here, let's, I'll show you on these right here. See, I'll just put a little bit in there and move that around and let that work its way in. And that literally does get rid of a lot of squeak. And I'll do both sides and the bottoms, and I'll get that all done up. Okay, so it is, here, we'll flip this truck over. See if I can get this to sit steady here. But anyways, so it does work really well. I personally really like using this product a lot. And trying to maintain all my trucks, you know, and it's something I can do real quick and easy, and it's done, you know. Let's get that to focus again. Sorry, guys. And keeps these trucks just cruising along. I mean, in all reality, the amount of tear down and rebuild and replacing bearings over the course of time, and I mean, I'll tell you guys, my kids are super rough on their trucks, and I bet they beat theirs up way harder than I'll ever beat mine up. Okay, plus, you know, I'll sit there and I'll drive several different ones throughout time, you know, so I never beat up one truck tons, but they really will beat up one of their trucks just nonstop. And this little bit of maintenance, I've pulled apart their trucks, their bearings, everything, and looked them over, and I'm serious, guys. I mean, some of their bearings in their trucks, I've gone a couple years before I've actually gone, you know, I'm just going to replace these just because. So, and they'll drive their trucks really hard. So anybody who knows my kids, who has been out with them and seen them trail, knows my kids are rough on their RC trucks, and they go to town. So it's just one of those things. This little bit of maintenance really makes a huge difference. And these brushed electric motors, these stock axial ones, okay, guys, I'm not kidding. You can get lots and lots of runtime out of them if you make sure you got your pinion and spur gear set up correctly, and you keep them cleaned out. You know, if you're running them real dirty in dusty conditions, rinse them out afterwards. And I'm telling you guys, these things will last a long, long time for you. And that's just the stock setup. You know, you get a more expensive setup, nice motors and stuff. You really want to get a long run time out of them. Keep them flushed out, lube them up. Not kidding, guys. Long time out of your motors. So, I mean, the biggest thing I found that wears on them is the brushes, and that's pretty normal. So that's the only reason why I generally have to replace motors. So hopefully this video helps you guys out, and you too can do some basic, you know, maintenance on your trucks on a budget, you know. So that's what this is all about. I hope it helps you guys out. So, and one other thing, you know, if you're waterproofing your trucks, okay, this acrylic conformal coating, you know, guys, you can do this on a budget also. This stuff is really cheap. I mean, you can get it on Amazon for, that's under $15 right now. So, and this bottle by itself, I mean, you can see how much I got left in this particular bottle. I got another one sitting on the shelf, but I mean, I can't even tell you how many electronics I can go through before I've got to open up another one. So it really goes a long ways, guys, and it's cheap and affordable, and you just open up everything and do the circuit board. So I've done plenty of videos on how to waterproof, and of course that's with silicone conformal coating. But this acrylic is really nice because it's non-hazardous, so I like it a ton better. So anyways, hopefully this helps you out, guys, and thanks again for watching with CodesEmpire, and we'll see you next time.